How to manage stress at work. Essential mental health tips. Have you ever felt that constant pressure on your chest, as if you were carrying the weight of the world? Or perhaps a tiredness that never seems to go away, no matter how much rest you get? If so, know that you are not alone. Stress at work is a reality for many of us. Whether it is due to the pressure of deadlines, increasing responsibilities, or even difficult relationships with colleagues, stress becomes an unwanted companion, day after day. But what few know is how to deal with it effectively. How can we prevent it from affecting our mental health, our well-being, and even our happiness outside of work? The good news is that there are ways to manage stress and regain control of your professional and personal life. Today, I will show you some essential tips to ease this burden. Small changes that can make a big difference in your day-to-day. If you are ready to transform the way you face the challenges of work and take better care of yourself, then this video is for you. Let's discover together how to transform stress into balance and well-being. Understanding stress at work. Imagine yourself sitting in front of your computer. Your to-do list keeps growing. Every time you complete one activity, 3 more appear, almost as if they came out of nowhere. Your email is constantly beeping, with each notification bringing yet another demand, yet another urgent matter, yet another task that needs to be completed yesterday. The phone rings incessantly, and your mind begins to feel overwhelmed, as if you were on an invisible battlefield where the enemy is time. Does this scenario sound familiar to you? It is a reality for millions of people around the world. We call it stress at work, our old friend who insists on keeping us company at the most inopportune moments. But what is stress, after all? Stress is the body's natural response to challenges, pressures, or sudden changes. It is the way our body prepares itself to deal with situations that it perceives as threatening or demanding. When you feel butterflies in your stomach before an important presentation, or your mind races when faced with a tight deadline, your body is actually going into high alert mode. Your heart beats faster, your breathing quickens, and blood is directed to your muscles. It's the famous fight or flight response, a mechanism we inherited from our ancestors to prepare us for physical threats, such as predators. In the modern context, however, the predators are no longer lions or bears, but deadlines, meetings, demands, and expectations. And the problem is that, unlike our ancestors who faced specific threats, often escaped or won the battle, and then returned to a calm state, we live in a constant state of threat. The email never stops, the phone keeps ringing, the notifications flashing non-stop. This means that the body never gets a chance to truly relax. When stress becomes a constant in our lives, it begins to take a toll. The effects are not only emotional, such as feelings of mental fatigue, irritability, and anxiety, but also physical. Studies show that chronic stress can interfere with sleep, affecting your ability to rest and recover. It can compromise your concentration and memory, making it difficult to focus on a single task or remember important details. More than that, it can affect your immune system, making you more susceptible to disease. It can raise blood pressure, increase cholesterol levels, and even contribute to the development of heart problems. The impact goes beyond that. Prolonged stress can affect your interpersonal relationships. You become more impatient, less tolerant, and sometimes more distant from the people around you. It can also impair your productivity and creativity. That constant feeling of putting out fires prevents you from thinking strategically or innovatively. Your energy is drained only by dealing with the immediate, the urgent, leaving little or no room for planning, innovation, or even leisure time. In light of all this, it becomes clear that we need to understand stress in order to be able to deal with it. The first step is to recognize that stress is a natural and, to a certain extent, healthy response. It's what gets us out of bed in the morning and looking for creative solutions to challenges. However, when it becomes constant, it becomes detrimental. Recognizing the signs is essential. Feeling constantly exhausted, irritable for no reason, having trouble sleeping, feeling your heart racing frequently, frequent headaches, or stomach aches. These can all be signs that stress is getting out of control. Understanding stress means knowing that it's not something we can simply turn off. We need to learn how to manage it, to find ways to relieve this pressure before it becomes unbearable. Whether it's through relaxation techniques like deep breathing and mindfulness, learning to say no when necessary, or even cultivating healthy relationships at work and outside of work, finding your way to manage stress is crucial. Stress doesn't have to be your enemy, but you need to understand how it works, how it affects you, and what you can do to transform it from an invisible adversary into an ally in the quest for a more balanced and healthy life. After all, work is part of our lives, but our mental health must always be a priority. Practice mindfulness and conscious breathing. Let's start with one of the most effective techniques for dealing with stress: mindfulness and conscious breathing. You may have heard of mindfulness, but in practice, it is much simpler than it seems. It involves being completely present in the moment, with all your attention focused on the here and now, without letting yourself be carried away by thoughts of worry about the future or regret about the past. It is an invitation to slow down and reconnect with yourself. Conscious breathing is an essential tool for achieving this state of mindfulness. It can be done at any time of the day, anywhere, and it doesn't take more than a few minutes. Close your eyes right now and start by breathing deeply through your nose, mentally counting to 4. Feel the air entering and filling your lungs. Hold your breath for 2 seconds, feeling your chest expand. Now exhale slowly through your mouth, counting to 6. Let the air out slowly, as if you were releasing all the tension accumulated in your body. By doing this, you are sending a direct signal to your nervous system, telling it that everything is fine, that there is no real threat ahead of you. This simple technique, known as diaphragmatic breathing, has the power to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for calming your body and mind. It reduces the production of cortisol, the famous stress hormone, and promotes a state of deep relaxation, even if only for a few moments. Now, imagine incorporating this practice into your daily routine. Set aside 5 minutes every day before starting work. Sit in a quiet place, close your eyes, and simply breathe. Focus on the movement of air in and out of your body. Notice how your mind, which is usually racing, begins to quiet down. You can also do this during a break in the middle of the workday, especially after a difficult meeting or a tense moment. This practice not only helps to calm the mind, but also improves your concentration, increasing your ability to focus on the tasks ahead. Science proves the benefits of this practice. Studies show that people who practice mindfulness and conscious breathing regularly have lower levels of anxiety and stress. They report a greater sense of mental clarity, well-being, and control over their emotions. Regular practice can even improve sleep quality, lower blood pressure, and strengthen the immune system. In addition, mindfulness can help you be more aware of your emotions and thoughts at work. When you feel overwhelmed, try stopping and practicing mindful breathing. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? What is causing this stress? Is it something I can solve now? Or is it something I need to let go of right now? This conscious self-assessment allows you to respond more rationally and less reactively to challenges, reducing the feeling of constantly putting out fires. So why not give it a try? Over the next few days, commit to setting aside these 5 minutes for yourself. Whether it's before you start your day, during a break, or even before bed. Take these moments to breathe, feel the air in your lungs, observe your thoughts without judgment, and simply be present. Over time, you'll find that these moments of mindfulness become a refuge, a place of calm amidst the chaos of everyday life. Remember, stress is a part of life, but you have the power to manage it. And this simple practice of mindful breathing can be the first step toward transforming the way you deal with daily challenges, keeping your mind calm and your body healthy. Give it a try and feel the difference. Set clear boundaries. Setting clear boundaries at work is one of the most powerful ways to protect your mental health and manage stress. However, it's not an easy task. We live in a world that values productivity at all costs, where saying yes to every demand and always being available may seem like the only way to be valued. But is that really the case? What few realize is that this lack of boundaries can take a heavy toll, leaving you exhausted, frustrated, and often unable to complete even the simplest tasks. Setting boundaries starts with something essential: knowing when to say no. Saying no doesn't mean being less committed or less capable. On the contrary, it means being honest with yourself and others about what you can actually do. Recognizing when your workload is too much is an act of responsibility, both for you and for the team around you. The truth is that no one can do everything at once and do it well. Therefore, it's essential to be clear and straightforward with your colleagues and bosses about your capabilities and limitations. When you set these boundaries, you are actually protecting your time and energy for what really matters. Imagine your mind and body as a fuel tank. The more you try to do without taking breaks, without resting, without stopping to breathe, the faster that tank runs out. And when it runs out, your productivity drops, your creativity fades, and your health starts to suffer. Setting boundaries is therefore a way to ensure that you don't run out of fuel, that you always have energy for what really needs to be done. One of the most important steps in this process is learning to disconnect at the end of the workday. We know that technology keeps us connected 24/7. It's easy to fall into the trap of checking emails late at night or responding to work messages during dinner. But to protect your mental health, it's essential to create a clear space between work and personal life. This means closing your email, turning off your phone notifications, and giving yourself permission to disconnect. This time off is vital for your body and mind to relax and recharge. Set aside these hours to dedicate yourself to activities that bring you pleasure and rest. Reading a book, practicing a hobby, spending time with your family, or simply doing nothing. This recovery period is not a luxury, but a necessity to maintain a balance between your personal and professional life. Setting clear boundaries also involves communication. It is important to be honest and transparent with your team about your needs and capabilities. For example, if you realize that you are overwhelmed, it is worth talking to your manager and explaining that the current workload is harming your productivity and well-being. Often, the people around you have no idea how overwhelmed you are until you communicate openly and assertively. Another important point is to learn to identify and respect your own signs of burnout. Feeling constantly tired, irritable, or anxious can be a sign that your limits are being exceeded. By recognizing these signs early, you have the opportunity to make adjustments before the stress becomes unbearable. Remember that setting boundaries is an ongoing process. There will be days when it is easy and others when it is more challenging, especially in workplaces where the always-on culture is prevalent. However, it is crucial to persist. Over time, the people around you will begin to respect your boundaries, especially when they see that it makes you a more focused, productive, and healthy professional. So start today. Reflect on what boundaries are important to you, whether it is about work hours, meeting availability, or even the type of tasks you are allowed to take on. Most importantly, have the courage to communicate these boundaries clearly and respectfully. Remember, you are the greatest guardian of your mental health. Setting boundaries is an act of self-care and self-respect. Disconnect at the end of the day. Give yourself the time and space you deserve, and see how this can transform your relationship with work and with yourself. Take regular breaks. Working nonstop is often seen as a sign of dedication and productivity. However, this view can be misleading and detrimental. If you think that being glued to your desk all day is the key to success, think again. In fact, not taking regular breaks can be a fast track to burnout. The human brain is not designed to focus intensely on a single task for long hours without rest. Instead of being productive, you can end up feeling exhausted, less creative, and even less efficient. Let's talk about the importance of taking regular breaks and how they can transform your work routine. Think of your brain as an engine. If you keep it running nonstop without giving it a chance to cool down, it will start to overheat and eventually fail. In the same way, your brain needs breaks to recover and continue to function well. Incorporating small breaks every hour may seem like a small detail, but it is a powerful strategy. During these breaks, you don't need to make any major changes. Sometimes just stretching your legs, drinking a coffee, or looking out the window is enough. The simple act of changing your environment, even for a few minutes, allows your mind to rest and recover, helping to improve your focus and creativity when you return to work. Studies show that taking frequent breaks can actually increase your productivity. When you stand up, stretch, and give your brain a break, you're allowing it to rejuvenate itself. This helps reduce feelings of exhaustion and improves your focus and efficiency on the task at hand. Plus, regular breaks help prevent stress and fatigue, factors that can lead to suboptimal performance and even health problems. Also, try taking a short walk during your lunch break. Going for a quick walk outside can have a significant impact on your well-being. Natural light and fresh air have the power to revitalize your body and mind. Exposure to natural light helps regulate your circadian rhythm, which can improve your sleep and increase your energy throughout the day. Fresh air, in turn, oxygenates your brain, which can increase mental clarity and reduce feelings of fatigue. Imagine yourself going for a brisk walk around your block. As you walk, you notice your surroundings, the trees, the sky, the people passing by. This simple act of disconnecting from work and connecting with nature can do wonders for your mood and energy. It's an opportunity to take a deep breath, release some pent-up tension, and return to work with a fresh perspective and a renewed sense of vitality. In addition to benefiting your mental health, these breaks also have a positive impact on your physical health. Sitting for long periods of time can contribute to a number of health problems, including back pain, poor posture, and even heart issues. Getting up and moving around can help mitigate these risks and promote a healthier, more balanced lifestyle. So the next time you're tempted to skip a break to finish a task faster, remember that this small interruption can actually be one of the biggest boosts to your productivity and well-being. Take regular breaks, stretch your legs, drink a coffee, look out the window, and go for a walk outside when possible. These actions aren't just breaks from work. They're moments of renewal and revitalization. Your brain and body will thank you, and you'll find a better balance between productivity and self-care. Physical exercise and regular movement. Regular exercise is one of the most effective and powerful ways to relieve stress and promote overall well-being. When you move, your body starts to produce endorphins, those wonderful chemicals that create a sense of happiness and well-being. These endorphins are often referred to as happy hormones because they have the ability to improve your mood and provide a natural sense of euphoria, helping to counteract built-up stress. The idea that you need to spend hours at the gym to reap these benefits may seem intimidating, but the truth is that you don't need a rigorous exercise regimen to experience stress relief. The important thing is to find ways to incorporate movement into your daily routine, even in simple and practical ways. Start by thinking about how you can incorporate physical activity into your work routine. For example, whenever possible, get up from your desk and walk around. This could be as simple as taking a walk around the office, going to the kitchen to get a glass of water, or even taking a quick walk around the different floors of your building. The simple act of getting up and moving around, even for a few minutes, can have a significant impact on your sense of well-being. Another effective strategy is to walk while taking a phone call. Instead of sitting still during a phone call, use this time to move around. Walking around your office or taking a walk around the block not only allows you to stretch, but it also helps keep your blood flowing and your mind clearer. It can even help with creativity and problem solving, as changing your environment and increasing blood flow can promote a different perspective and new ideas. If you work from home or have a space where you can stretch discreetly, try doing quick stretches at your desk. Raise your arms, stretch your legs, and do a few neck and shoulder rolls. These small stretches can relieve built-up tension and help prevent muscle aches that often result from sitting for long periods. Don't underestimate the power of small amounts of movement. Science shows that even small amounts of exercise can help reduce stress. Studies show that low-intensity activities, such as brisk walking or stretching, are enough to stimulate the release of endorphins and improve feelings of well-being. So every time you get up and move, you're contributing to your mental and physical health. In addition to the mental and emotional benefits, regular exercise also contributes to your overall physical health. It increases cardiovascular endurance, improves muscle strength and flexibility, and helps you maintain a healthy weight. All of these factors contribute to a greater sense of energy and vitality, which in turn can help you face the challenges of everyday life more easily. So don't feel pressured to follow a rigid exercise plan or set aside hours at the gym to reap the benefits of movement. Instead, focus on incorporating small amounts of physical activity into your daily routine. Every movement counts, and by adopting these simple practices, you'll be taking important steps toward improving your mental and physical health, relieving stress, and increasing your overall sense of well-being. Remember, movement is a powerful stress-relieving tool that's available to you at any time of the day. Cultivate positive relationships at work. Cultivating positive relationships at work is one of the most effective strategies for managing stress and fostering a healthy, productive work environment. Interacting with colleagues can have a profound impact on your mental and emotional well-being. When you have a strong support network at work, those stressful and challenging times become much easier to deal with. Imagine a scenario where you're dealing with a tight deadline or tackling a challenging project. If you have colleagues who are understanding, who offer words of encouragement or even a shoulder to cry on, those moments become more bearable. Social support is like a buffer against stress, helping to smooth out the hardships and making the workplace a more bearable place. The first step to cultivating these positive relationships is to connect with colleagues who genuinely support you. Look for those who not only share your challenges, but who are also willing to listen, offer advice, or simply share a laugh. Having someone you can vent to or celebrate small victories with can make all the difference in your daily experience at work. These colleagues become a support network that can help reduce the pressure and anxiety you may be feeling. Another important aspect is participating in team activities. These activities don't have to be grand or elaborate. They can be simple coffee dates, group lunches, or even social events organized by the company. Simply spending time outside of the office, interacting with colleagues in a more relaxed setting, can strengthen bonds and create a sense of camaraderie. These social moments help to build a more cohesive and supportive team culture, where everyone feels part of something bigger than their individual responsibilities. Offering help to colleagues is also a powerful way to build positive relationships. Be willing to help someone with a project, offer advice, or simply listen when someone needs to talk. These small gestures of solidarity not only strengthen the bonds with your colleagues, but also create a more harmonious and less stressful work environment. By helping others, you also strengthen your own support network, creating a cycle of mutual support that benefits everyone. Remember that the quality of the relationships you cultivate at work can directly impact your mental health. Studies show that a positive work environment, where colleagues are supportive and encouraging, can significantly reduce stress levels and increase job satisfaction. Additionally, healthy relationships help create a workplace where people feel valued and respected, which can improve team morale and overall productivity. Don't underestimate the impact that a smile, a kind word, or a supportive gesture can have on your day. Small acts of kindness and empathy can create an environment where everyone feels more comfortable and happy. Not only does this make work more enjoyable, but it also helps create a support network that can be vital during times of intense stress. So throughout your workday, take time to connect with your colleagues. Look for opportunities to interact in a positive way, participate in team activities, and offer help whenever possible. These efforts will not only create a more collaborative and supportive work environment, but they will also help you manage stress and promote a better work-life balance. Ultimately, positive relationships are one of the greatest allies you can have in the fight against stress, transforming the work environment into a healthier and more rewarding space. Practice gratitude. Sometimes stress comes from a negative perception that never seems to leave us. With tight deadlines, constant challenges, and the pressures of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in a spiral of negative thinking. But there's a simple yet powerful practice that can help reverse this tendency and relieve stress: practicing gratitude. Imagine that you're carrying a heavy bag throughout your day. This bag is filled with all of your worries, challenges, and frustrations. Now think about what it would be like if, instead of carrying just that weight, you also put some good things inside the bag, things that you're grateful for. These additions would not only lighten the weight of the bag, but they would also change the way you perceive the burden you're carrying. Practicing gratitude daily can completely transform your outlook. Start with something simple. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on 3 things you're grateful for at work. It could be anything from a teammate who supported you on a project, to a task you successfully completed, or even just having a job in a competitive market. Practicing gratitude can be done in a very personal way and tailored to what works best for you. Write down these 3 things in a journal, in a note-taking app on your phone, or simply say them out loud to yourself. The act of writing or verbalizing these things helps solidify that positive feeling and shift your focus. For example, you might start to feel grateful for the support of a colleague who offered to help you through a difficult time. Acknowledging this gesture of support can help ease the feeling of being overwhelmed and remind you that you are not alone. Or maybe you completed a challenging task and feel proud of the outcome. Celebrating these small victories can boost your confidence and help mitigate the impact of stress. Gratitude has the power to shift your focus from what is going wrong to what is going right. When you focus your attention on the positive, your brain begins to adjust to this new perspective, which can significantly reduce the impact of stress. Instead of getting stuck in a cycle of negativity, you begin to recognize and appreciate the positive aspects of your life and work. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude on a regular basis is associated with a number of mental health benefits. People who practice gratitude regularly tend to have lower levels of stress and anxiety, improve their quality of sleep, and experience a more positive overall sense of well-being. Gratitude has also been linked to increased job satisfaction and better interpersonal relationships, both of which are essential for a healthy work environment. In addition, practicing gratitude can have a positive effect on those around you. When you express gratitude, you not only improve your own mental state, but you can also positively impact your coworkers. Showing appreciation and recognition can strengthen bonds with your colleagues and create a more collaborative and positive work environment. To make practicing gratitude a habit, try incorporating this exercise into your daily routine. Take a few minutes at the end of the day to reflect on what you appreciate. It can also be helpful to start or end team meetings with a moment of recognition and appreciation for efforts and accomplishments. These small adjustments can make a big difference in how you and your colleagues perceive and deal with stress. So remember that gratitude is a powerful tool in combating stress. By recognizing and appreciating the good things in your life and at work, you can shift your perspective, reduce the negative impact of stress, and create a more positive and rewarding environment. Start today. Pause, reflect on what you are grateful for, and see how this practice can transform your work experience and your overall well-being. Managing stress at work is certainly a challenge, but it is one that you can tackle and conquer. The journey to finding a healthy balance between productivity and well-being is essential to a fulfilling professional and personal life. As you apply these tips to your daily life, you will begin to notice significant changes in the way you deal with stress and consequently in your overall quality of life. It is important to remember that while these strategies may require some initial effort, the positive impact they have on your mental and emotional health is worth it. Stress at work will not disappear overnight, but by incorporating practices such as mindfulness, setting boundaries, taking regular breaks, exercising, cultivating positive relationships, and practicing gratitude, you will be creating a solid foundation to better manage daily pressures and foster a more balanced and healthy work environment. By beginning to practice mindfulness and conscious breathing, you are giving your body and mind a chance to calm down and rebalance. These moments of respite are essential for reducing cortisol and improving your mental state. Setting clear boundaries is a key step in ensuring that you don't overwhelm yourself and that you have time to disconnect and recharge. Taking regular breaks helps maintain your productivity and well-being by preventing burnout. Exercise and daily movement are powerful allies that promote the release of endorphins, effectively combating stress. Cultivating positive relationships at work provides emotional support and creates a more harmonious environment. And finally, practicing gratitude shifts your focus to the positive side of life, relieving the burden of stress and promoting a more positive mental state. These strategies, when practiced consistently, can transform not only your work environment, but your life outside of it as well. By taking the time to care for yourself and implementing these practices, you are investing in your own mental and emotional health. Always remember that your mental health is a priority. It's not just about facing the challenges at work, but also about ensuring that you are well prepared and well cared for to deal with them. Don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate changes. Adapting and implementing these techniques may take some time, but persistence pays off. By adopting these practices on a daily basis, you will notice a significant improvement in the way you feel about your work and your life in general. Quality of life is a direct reflection of the care you give yourself. So keep applying these strategies, adjusting them as needed to fit your lifestyle, and watch your quality of life improve. You are in control of your well-being and have the power to create a work environment that is not only productive, but also healthy and fulfilling. Take good care of your mental health and see how it can positively transform both your work and your personal life.